Am I coming in clear, Ma?
Mike TV.
Mike! What?
That was a twisted ass movie back in the day.
Welcome to the ugly truth. Honestly, I know I'm showing my age and I give no fucks about it. Gene Wilder is the OG and the best Willy Wonka. Has there been one or two remakes?
Just
Johnny
Depp,
right?
that I'm aware of.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
Although,
if Johnny Depp were sitting here, he would tell
agree.
you the same thing.
Yeah, he would agree. And I don't really care that the original author of the book, Willy Wonka, did not like the original 1968, whatever time. I don't care.
Yeah.
I love it.
I didn't know
insane.
that he didn't like it, though.
Hated it. I can't remember the guy's name right now.
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl. Mouthful of Marbles.
James and the Giant Peach and
Right.
several others.
Yes. And I didn't read those.
I just read
Roald
the
Dahl's.
two. There was another one. I wanted to say there's a giant one that also got made into a movie. But
James and the Giant Peach was a animated-y kind of.
I know, but there was another one I thought, but maybe not.
No
but
idea.
Yeah, I just read those two. Back when I read.
So I was a voracious reader as a child. I read everything. We would go to the library and I would check out 10 books, read them in 2 days.
Yeah.
I
was not as much as you, but I did read a lot.
I don't think that's an unusual thing for our age group. I think the library was actually a cool place to be, and the library, from what I understand, librarians are still cool.
Yeah.
Libraries are still cool. I took our kids to the library when they were little, and they loved it. It was great. So I think it's just a thing that you kind of just have to do. And then you realize, hey, this is actually pretty badass. Like,
you know when libraries got unfun for me?
When homeless people started using them?
I didn't do that. I don't remember experiencing that.
College. Yeah.
Microfiching for reports and
Can you
data.
imagine?
Pre-internet bullshit.
Dude, if we had to go back to school now, how much easier college would be?
You know what?
Like, it would be like, why?
And you know what? Not even counting if you were using AI or cheating or anything like that. Like just the access to the information now versus what we had to do.
Oh my God. I'd be
page plus bibliographies for reports.
Well, you probably still have to do it, but now you have a laptop. It's so much easier. But I mean, you could do a full load and extras and work probably compared to what you and I went through.
100%.
You know, going part-time in school back in the day when only certain people had computer access.
You know what? It doesn't even feel that long ago. And yet now, you know what I mean?
Technology has.
I mean, obviously we had computers, but it was like
screaming.
But you didn't have one at home all the time, right?
Well, we had one.
I mean, eventually, but
like, family computer.
But not before you had computers at school.
No, I started working on computers. I even hate saying it like that because that's just so archaic.
Working on computers.
But I did not. I mean, there were I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I believe we did have a computer room in high school, but only total nerds used it. Like, I'm pretty sure that you could have access to it if you wanted to, but nobody really did it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I could be wrong. I mean,
in fact, I had a computer class, but I'm not even 100% sure it was like a computer class. It may have just been an elective that happened to have like a semester of computers or something.
So my first year in school, at college, I took a computer programming class because I loved computers, and we had one at home. We had a family computer at home. And so I'm like, I want to learn more about this. It'd be so cool. So I took a computer. I learned DOS.
Yeah.
And that is not outdated per se, but you don't really need to know DOS anymore. But it is helpful when your modern day computer is being a bitch. I can literally code and find the shit and see without worry about breaking anything or deleting anything. It was so easy. I literally missed my calling. I should be in Silicon Valley right now, ruling the world. Like, there's no doubt about it. And what's crazy is I am horrible at math. Math disabilitied, no question about it. But when it comes to tech, which is hilarious that I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I hate what it's doing to our society and our arts mostly. And how that, like, I was watching Abbott Elementary last week, and she's like, "Well, I guess I should write this letter." And the principal goes, "Humans don't write letters anymore." And I'm like, that is so sad. It's so sad.
The very first thing in fact, probably one of the few things I remember accomplishing in high school was on computer. I wrote a program that predicted the outcome of football games. You would put things in, you would put teams in, you would do that.
God.
It wasn't, it was probably completely wrong. It was just based on like, it would be like,
code.
Code. Go look at the last score of the last game, last time they played, blah, blah, blah.
This is the average.
And you would just put things in, and it was all pretend. It wasn't like 32 teams or whatever. But I do remember writing.
Did you get an A?
Yeah, I do. I do remember writing a little graphics code too, where when you entered it, it looked like a little fake football going through a goalpost and little green lines and all that kind of stuff. It was very fun.
Funny.
I will tell you, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but you know who was a genius at computers?
Who?
My brother Brian, my stepbrother Brian.
Oh,
he wrote COBOL. He would come when
why didn't he?
When he did. No, he did for years. Very early. He would come home with 18-inch wide printouts, dot matrix printouts of computer languages. Like I want to say they were called Cobalt or some really advanced language.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It was insane.
That's funny.
It was insane. That was like big programming type stuff. He's always been really smart at whatever he does.
That's true.
He just moves from thing to thing all the
time.
All
of us are this way. Yeah. We're all smart. We just don't stick with anything for very long to be really proficient at it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's fair. Libraries, I think, old libraries are cute again, though. Like, they are fun. Bookstores are fun. Libraries are fun.
Yeah.
You haven't looked at it yet, but I got you that cool book for Christmas. The what is it? The 1,000 coolest libraries or something.
I thumbed through it.
Okay.
I thumbed through it. It's very nice.
Well, it's meant to be a nice book.
It's a significant book.
Yeah, it's very big.
It's heavy.
It's a coffee table book.
It's a heavy book. But I mean, I did look through. I'm like, oh yeah, this is really nice. Anyway, I'm not going to any libraries in Russia or China though, so whatever. But it was still nice. It's a very anyway. I am a little. I don't know how to say this without sounding like everything is easy, but yesterday was tax day, and every single year, about a week out, you go, "Hey, tax day is coming," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And you're like, "Well, are you?" I mean, I just want to make sure. Do we need to file an extension every year without fail? Do we need to file an extension? Why?
Well, because you don't even start it until the day.
I do it on tax day.
Yeah.
Because first of all, we don't have offshore accounts. We don't own multiple homes. We don't have, a lot of extras. We're very bare bones in our life. And I appreciate that. I actually like that. If it became complicated,
we are financially simplistic for the most part.
If it became complicated, I would hire an accountant or something. I would not do it myself. But I've been doing our taxes since we got, I've been doing my own taxes since I was like 16. Because I actually enjoyed the process of doing it. Back in the old days, everybody. You got a rough draft copy and the permanent copy that you had to use with blue or black ink. So, I mean, even at 16, I'd be like, okay, you get 2 sets of everything so you can practice and make sure you don't make any mistakes. Look up all the tax code. Look up all the taxes that you have to. I mean, it was all manual. And I used to do it. And I loved it. And it would take me it would take me days only because I'd have to stop and go live my life.
Yeah.
But now, thanks to technology, it takes like 3 hours max.
Yeah.
If you now, only for people who live simply and don't have a ton of investments and all that stuff. We do have those things, but they're so common that it's accounted for when you use something like H&R Block, which I do. And I realize a lot of people don't want to pay for it. Totally understand. You don't have to. But I'm throwing money at the problem.
Well, if you're even more simplistic, it doesn't actually cost anything.
No, it's free. Well, it costs to file, but it's free to do the taxes online. Yeah. Anyway, so yesterday was tax day, and I'm like, the reason that I wait till the day of, and this is my boomer rant, and I've been this way for a while, I don't care who is running the government. I just hate the government for making me do this every year because they already know how many taxes I've paid. They already know how much we've earned. They know all of it already. They just want you to do it for them. And then I'm like, okay, this is how much we owe, or this is how much refund we deserve or that we get back. And they're like, I don't think so. This is wrong or whatever. And so now I'm like, no, I'm going to use the programs that you make us use and pay for, and it better be right. And I don't want them having my money. I don't want to have to be, it's so redundant. It drives me up the fucking wall every year. And I'm like, you don't need me to do this. And I know that it's just the way it is here. Yeah. Like, there are countries where they go, this is how much you owe this year. It's $150. See you next year. Well, because they know already. They have all the data.
Yeah, but their tax code is simplistic. It doesn't mean
why can't I? Well, I know why ours isn't simplistic. It's because we are protecting billionaires and poor people don't get to take advantage.
Okay, boomer.
Exactly. So every year I wait until the very last second to do it because I'm like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to wait. I have literally submitted e-file at like 11:45 at night.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
No.
Like, no one cares. I care. So it's over. It's done. It's fine. But I'm so reluctant. I don't know. When I hate the government. I don't know. It gradually occurred. But when I was younger, oh my God, I used to love getting all set up. I had my sharpened pencil. I had my blue pen. I had everything. I loved looking up the tax code. Like, it was my favorite thing.
Calculator out.
And even now, I like the process. I actually like the process of doing my taxes. I just hate that I have to do it to people or entities that I resent.
Well, you're also not a fan of deadlines.
I do not like being told when something has to be done.
That's correct.
That is true, which is why it took me a decade to change my name. Which now I'm wondering if I shouldn't have, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't vote now. Sorry.
My passport matches my driver's license, sir.
Passport doesn't work.
My marriage license.
Sorry, it wouldn't. Neither would your marriage license.
My marriage. Oh, I couldn't vote.
You would have to have your birth certificate changed.
No.
Yes, that's what they're saying. It's not going to happen. I'm just saying that's what the Save America Act is. Your birth certificate will qualify.
You're right. I would not be able to vote. I would be like, oh, my husband's going to have to tell me. Can you imagine?
Please.
Stop it.
Although I'd be like, who should I vote for?
Oh my God. I can't even fathom it. Anyway.
It's so dumb.
I've been having dreams about kittens again.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I don't know. I go through these phases where, I had this.
Is it possibly because our cats meow at us 24/7?
I had a couple very long chats with our daughter this week. Very, very long. I don't know why. It just, sometimes we just blah, blah, blah.
All I know is that you were talking, the internet guy came here to install, and they say that appointment takes 2 to 4 hours. He came, he had to go out to the street to reconnect it. He came and back to the house, connected it, drilled a hole through the wall of the house, set up the thing, did everything, said goodbye, and you were still on the phone.
Well, anyway, I was like, we were talking about like spirituality and religion and all that stuff. And I was just telling her some of my thoughts on it. And I said, yeah, I used to be really like, oh, this is just for fun. But now I'm like, but I've always been into dream interpretation.
Right.
Always, always, always. Because there is some method to it that's actually, it can be helpful.
Which?
For example, when you dream about water, that is that is emotion. It like, if you...
Depending on what you're doing.
I go through phases where I dream about ginormous tsunamis, and it's terrifying. Sometimes I even see jets crashing into the wave. Like, it's really scary, and that's a tumultuous emotions about something. Yeah. Anyway, kittens especially when I keep dreaming about it, I'm like, okay. So I finally looked it up. Dreaming about kittens is protecting innocence and curiosity. So there might be something going on where I'm feeling like there's something that I'm thinking about or thinking like maybe just mulling over, and I want to keep it kind of like safe from people or things or environment, and I'm just trying to, whatever that is.
Yeah.
or innocence or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. I can't think of anything right now. I don't even know. I mean, it's all subconscious.
Grandchildren maybe visiting?
It's possible.
Yeah.
I thought about that because they are coming tomorrow. And
Yay.
although I don't identify as a grandparent,
Yeah.
I do know that they like being around me,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice. I think it's because I'm not very snuggly, and I'm not one of those kinds of grandparents.
And they're boys, so
I'm more like a cool aunt to me. And so when they come over, they're just like, hi, I know you want us to think you're scary, but you're really not scary because you're super generous and you give us whatever. And here's the thing. Whenever they come over, all I want to do is just be like, you can do whatever you want. I don't really care. So what do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
But then they always want to do stuff that like will break their neck or that their mom's like, no, they can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you come up with something that I can actually allow you to do that I won't get in trouble for? Because I'm always walking a fine line with the parent thing. But we'll see. We're going to get them all to ourselves for a day. So that will be fun.
Yeah.
Are you excited about being a full-time grandparent for a couple of days?
Yeah. It's been too long.
I know. It's crazy.
I think that's why it feels overwhelming a little bit.
Oh, are you
it's
overwhelmed?
No, not overwhelmed. Just like it's going to be, I know it's going to be a lot because it's just been so long. And now we do, what's great is she's very good about, very good about calling, talking to them, FaceTiming, sending pictures, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't
Technology.
It doesn't feel like a year almost, but it is. But it has been. And I know when we see him, we're gonna be like, holy
oh my God, you guys!
shit.
Yeah,
you tall, lanky.
They look very
boys,
tall.
man, so.
They do, and they're not even that old. Like
No,
they're only 5 and 3,
3.5 or so.
So
It's
crazy,
like nuts.
But yeah, I know. I'm kind of stoked about it. I think we're gonna have a good time
For sure.
They're not like the last time we saw them. They were really little. Like they felt like they were really little. So hopefully they'll be more like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I'm hoping that they'll have a good time.
Well, like Steve is.
I'm gonna give him so much candy.
What's so funny is the oldest Steve is that everything we said about Steve has come true.
Oh yeah.
The main thing being that he took a while to kind of really get communicative, like to talk.
He did struggle a little bit at the beginning.
And,
yes.
And mom and dad, they were working with them and they were talking, and it wasn't overly overwhelming or unusual, but it was a little. You cannot. Not only can you not get that kid to be quiet, more so, his vocabulary is stupid.
Love it.
He said I heard him on the phone yesterday. He was in the background. I was talking to her, and they were excited. And she was asking, "What you want for breakfast?" And she goes, and he goes, "No, I specifically want pancakes." He said those words. I specifically want pancakes.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, specifically.
He is.
There are full-grown adults that can't say that word.
He is. Like I told you, he is so much like Mackenzie, my daughter, that I already know. I know how to handle him. I already know how to do it because when I was telling Mackenzie that, I'm like, I am so ready for Steve because he is so much like you, and he'll be a delight. I go, the only issue is that I only get to see him for a few days, and then he has to go back home. But when he's here, it's going to be awesome.
We are going to do lots of good grandparent damage. It's going to be great.
Fun.
Yeah,
I love it. Anyway, yeah. So maybe the kitten dream is, maybe it is that. I don't know.
That's what I thought when you described it. It was the only thing
but
that
it's
came
funny
to
because
mind.
like whenever I see like comedian, well, first of all, I have started to realize that we are not old.
No.
Like we think we're old because we're older than our children, but like I think I talked about this last time where Mackenzie called me crying. This was a while ago. She called me crying. I go, "What's going on?" She goes, "Well, it was when those age yourself apps filters. You can like age yourself with a filter."
Yeah.
And she's like, "So I aged myself and I took a screenshot of it so you could see it because you'll be dead when I'm old." And I said, "Kens, we are literally 22 years apart. You're going to be old when I'm old. Literally. We are not, I mean, unless something tragic happens, we're going to be old together. Sorry, babe. I had you in my early 20s. You are going to be there with me." And she's like, "Oh, shit, that's right." I'm like, appreciate the thought.
Yeah.
Because she was like, you won't have the privilege of seeing me growing old. I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but you 100% will absolutely see me and I will see you. And I'll be like, girl, get some Botox. What are you doing? You're only 60. Whatever.
Oh my God.
But anyway, so I'm like, first of all, we aren't old. And we're older, but we're like, and I told you this once before, someone said, when you're in your 50s, you're basically the freshman of the elderly class.
Right.
You're not really fucking old. I mean, if you look back, and I've said this before, if you look back at actors who were 50, you're like, oh my God, they look like babies. It's like, because they are, especially the fact that we all live way older now.
Yeah,
and we take better care of ourselves.
What was that thing where like Ed Brimley or whatever his name was in Cocoon?
He looked 100.
He looked 100. He was like 46 or 48.
That's crazy.
So hilarious.
And like
they were literally like retirement
Yes.
people trying to be young again, and yet they were less than 50 years
and
old or something
people,
like
you
that.
know, and I always remember because when we were kids, our uncles and our grandparents, they retired at like 50. Like, remember in the old days when people would retire at like 50, 55?
Yeah.
I mean, it was way, way young. Can
It's
you imagine being
really-
retired right now? I don't even know what that would be. I'd be like, what do we do?
One of my best friends is retired, but it's because he's spent like 35 years right out of high school.
I know, but
UPS,
see, but that's how
really
it used to be,
unusual.
though. That's literally how it used to be. People would just jump right into their gig after high school and they would start working. Or if you had money or whatever, you would go to college and become a lawyer or a doctor. And that's when doctors would be older, like, oh my God, you're so old. He's like, I'm 55. Shut up. It's nothing.
Now he's just Instagramming pictures of him smoking cigars and looking at cars that he's going to buy.
Today when I was talking to Kenzie, I was like, yeah. She's like, well, I just, old people, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, because she was saying she feels bad because when she sees somebody older and they are working or whatever. And I said, you know what? I've been on Reddit long enough to know, and I'm in the retirement subreddit just to see what people are doing financially. Like, how do you get to a place where you're not afraid to run out of money or whatever? And I said, the thing is people go, yeah, retirement's great. I retired. And the first 8 months was awesome. We traveled, we partied, we did all the things that we wanted to do. And by the end of the first year, we're like, well, now what?
Yeah.
We're bored, And so we go get jobs at Home Depot because what else is there to do?
Yeah.
You just run out of fun shit to do. And I'm like, well, I'm hopeful that we will be consulting or we'll be doing, something that will.
Yeah, we'll have something to keep us going, and it'll be something hopefully that isn't just about because we need money or anything. It'll just
I just think that Gen X is just not really interested in just chilling. I don't know.
Well, I don't think Gen X is just likes to do anything that just because that's the way it was. So
yeah, they're more like, why would I want to do what my parents are doing? They were miserable.
Right.
Like, honestly.
Right.
And I don't want to fall into a cult.
Speaking of age, I was on a client call today, and he's been doing television.
We could start a cult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
I like that idea.
I don't know what kind of cult it would be, but that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, man. We'll have
At least
to give
for a
that some
while.
thought. We'll have to give that some thought. That's
Yeah.
good. Anyway, I was on this call today, and this client has been doing a lot of traditional television advertising for his service department in his dealership. And I said, yeah. And the problem is that the TV's facing is the average viewer's getting pretty old. Like, this is non-streaming TV, right?
Yeah.
And I said, and I'm sitting there going, like, the average age is like 62. And I'm thinking, that's not that old. And I even said that, and we laughed about it. And he goes, no, I know who watches TV. And I go, how do you know? He goes, because I can look at my service department and see the 78-year-old coming in to get, you know what I mean? Like, that's, so it was interesting to note, like, but even when I say it now, like, I remember being in this business so long, I'd be like 25, 54, and 54 sounded like, because that was the demo that everybody talked about.
So old.
It felt so far away, and I'm like, I'm not even in that fucking demo now.
I know.
So
That's
not by
insane.
much, but still not in the demo. So
I know.
it's crazy. It's the 55 plus demo that nobody talked about. So it's,
And it's
anyway.
so, well, the way I look at it is just, I think just everything's changing. I don't think there was a time when 50 plus was old.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, they're on Medi-Cal and a fixed income, and it's not like that anymore. So,
Well,
like,
55 was the age.
I honestly I've been saying this for years that media needs to update their
for sure
everything.
Yeah,
like,
well,
everything needs to change.
demographics are outdated anyway, but like even
How
the other day,
how many times did I go rounds with
Yeah.
program directors about
what
they were playing. I'm like, this is classic rock. Why are you playing it on the new rock station? They're like, well, da, da, da. And I'm like, no, this is Bon Jovi does not belong on active rock now. Yeah. That is classic rock. If we go by your measurements, about your parameters, that is 30 years old, still buddy.
Do it too, by the way.
That's insane. Yeah.
They're still playing fucking.
I could literally go to the president of iHeartMedia and be like, why? And he'd be like, well, because that's just the way it is. Yeah. No, be better. Do it right. If you're going to force people to listen to classic rock stations, which do very well in this country, those people aren't listening to the Grateful Dead anymore. Those are oldies. Yeah. No one cares what I'm saying.
20 years ago.
But I've gone on this rant since I was 22 because I just don't understand why program directors just simply refuse to just move it up. Yeah. I always thought I'd be such a great program director.
You should do it.
No one would do it. They'd be like, no, that's just not the way it's done.
Well, you're good at making playlists.
I have the best playlist ever.
I know. I agree.
You know what? And I did not do the mixtape thing because I was not a boy back in those days.
I so did.
But I would have, I did have some mixtapes, but they were just for my use, but still.
Well, are you under the president? No.
You give them to people.
No. You do sometimes.
The whole point of a mixtape is that you create a mixtape and you give it to someone as a gift.
It's not that I didn't do that, but disagree.
You didn't do that.
I did do that.
Who did you give mixtapes to? You never gave me a mixtape.
We didn't even have cassettes.
You didn't even burn a CD for me then.
Yeah, I did. I bet I did. I bet I did.
Well, you can't even remember, so it doesn't count.
No, I think I did.
No.
So I would definitely do that, but I also made stuff for me to listen to because
you don't listen. You don't even make mix playlists for me.
You're the playlist person in the relationship.
Lazy.
Okay. You want a playlist? I got your playlist.
It's gonna be dumb.
Nope.
Better be good. If you're gonna do it, you better impress me.
I'm gonna make you a town business playlist.
What's a town business?
You'll see.
What is town business? What does that even mean?
It's gonna be your.
Those are just two words. What's town business mean?
It's going to be very Richmond, Oakland town business.
But I'm going to like it?
Yeah.
I don't believe
you. like that stuff.
God, I do. I love the violent gangster rap. I do.
You love the hyphy and the...
Isn't that so funny?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, why that is. I do. I'm like, I love it.
I'm going to pull out some... some of the newer stuff is going to be your Too Short, E40, Mac Dre stuff, but there's going to be some deeper cuts than that.
Okay, fine.
Grew up on that shit. You're going to get a town business playlist.
All right.
It's going to be the least romantic mixtape you've ever heard.
I'm going to make you so mad. You're going to be angry. And you're going to love it. That's fine. You go right ahead.
It'll be fun. I look forward to my Sparky playlist every Christmas.
I know. I got to clean it up. It's a mess. We've talked about that before on this show, but it's like, it's true.
And we were talking about playlists the other day because we were talking about updating some of the late night ones, and then you're just really like, I have a what was the one I started when we were in Hawaii? What I call it, cabana, we're Cabana people. I think I called it our Cabana people playlist, and we just started making songs we would listen to in the
I'm honestly grateful that we both are really into music, and it's not just like one kind of music, it's like a variety. But I can't imagine, like, my mom does not like music that much. Isn't that weird?
My mom says she likes Teddy Swims.
What's that?
He's one of the cooler ones, but he's one of the bigger guys, but he's not like a jelly roll. He's like Teddy Swims is a little bit different. He's the guy who's got tattoos and glasses and stuff. He's going on tour, but she goes, I like Teddy Swims. I just like his voice or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
He does have one of those kind of unique voices, but
I like it. I'm really into Ella Langley right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot stop listening to her stuff. I'm ready for Casey Musgraves to come out with something. I'm really into women artists currently, and I'm sure there's reasons, but I do.
It'll be brief, but I'm on a bit of a Ray kick right now. I think that song sticks in my head quite a bit. She's really
good.
Yeah, she even
where the hell is my husband?
One of her songs she even talks about. They compare me to Amy, and because she's got a very Amy Winehouse kind of feel to her. A long
time ago, when they came out with the Amy Winehouse biopic or whatever film, they picked. I can't remember who they chose. It was an actress.
People said she should have been Ray. It should have been.
And Ray I knew her even back then. This was like 10 years, at least 10 years ago.
She's been around for a while. She's got some hits lately. So.
Well, she's very UK, and now people in the United States know who she is. But I remember vividly going, I don't understand why they didn't choose Ray. She literally looks like her, and she sings like very close like her if she wanted to. Yeah. And it's like, oh, because she's not white. Yeah. She's not fully white. So they couldn't do it. I'm like, you could have done it. It would have been fine. Yeah. It would have been great, actually. Anyway, all right.
But I agree. Liking the female artists right now. There's some good ones.
So that's pretty much our catch up. I will say we're having a big ass party on Sunday.
Can't wait.
Everybody's coming. Your parents, your mom, and your dad are coming. They are not married together. They were 100 years ago.
I was 1.5, not even 2.
So
it's been 54 years.
Now, your parents, obviously, very good friends.
Yeah.
They always catch up and chat, which I think is nice.
I wouldn't call them very good friends. They don't talk regularly or anything.
No, they don't. But when they're in the same room, your mom loves to give him shit.
What did you say? What did you say?
There's
no one in the room that has known them long.
There is literally nobody on this planet who's known them longer than each other.
Yeah,
like they literally are like, I've known you as long. Yeah, because I mean,
they
even
were like
siblings,
16 or something.
They were very young, and now that your mom's, pops has passed away.
Yeah.
He is literally the person that she has known on this planet longer than herself.
Yep.
So it's kind of crazy.
And she's the oldest sibling, and so it's for sure.
So I personally always look forward to them talking because she gives your dad so much shit.
Yeah.
And he eats it up,
which
makes me laugh, which I like it because honestly, I know it's been 1,000 years and they've lived life. So now they're like, this is so lives. Not a big deal. Like there are so lives. Many bigger issues that you and I being divorced, then they always end their chats with, well, at least we have Daryl. He's the best thing we ever did. And they're both like, yeah, we're very proud of you. It's like, it always ends with you being amazing. And I'm like, oh God.
I like those stories. More stories should end with me being amazing.
I think you're amazing.
Thanks. I think you're amazing.
Anyway, all right. Well, we will be back with a new show next week to recap this. Oh man,
we're gonna have 4 or 5 days of grandkids and daughter here, so there'll be lots to talk about.
I mean, I hope it's not one of those things like we can't talk about that. It would be so bad.
Should we do a podcast with them?
No.
Could you imagine?
Our podcasts are like adult only weddings.
Although, did we have this set up the last time they were here?
I don't know.
It'd be funny.
I don't remember.
It'd be funny to let them record and just talk and then play it back for them. It'd be funny. Let's do it.
You can do it.
I'll do it.
You go right ahead. You have a good time with that. I think that would be great for you. You bond with your grandchildren. Those babies.
I like that plan.
All right. And I will just sit back and go, you see how your grandpa loves you so much? That's you. All right. Well, thanks for listening to our crap.
Peace.